While taking care of your physical health is absolutely a huge priority, equally as important is taking care of your mental health. Having your mental health in check is extremely important, especially with these polarizing times in our world. We especially need to normalize taking care of mental health in the world of music. For many years, we've heard the tragic stories of musicians and others in that space who have succumbed to mental health challenges when they otherwise felt there was nowhere else to turn. For more information and how to support this cause, visit Live Beyond on Instagram at live.beyond27 or on Facebook at Beyond27. Thank you for your support.
The Earnestly Speaking podcast is a show that is founded on free-flowing conversation and may at times venture into mature subjects. Listener discretion is advised.
Yeah, Earnestly Speaking podcast. Let's get it. I'm a giant in New York, in Miami carry heat. So much more in store, my product can flood the street. Opinion Nation Godfather, CEO. Puff in the late 90s, gon' see me blow. Oh. Got my hustle on, no imitation of that. Army of untouchables, Opinion Nation staff. Never an off season, homie, check the numbers. Heart throb in my own right, supplying southern comfort. Earnestly speaking, my ego is well fed. Earnestly speaking, you're too feeble and no threat. See, I'm like a hurricane, you're a mild breeze. Earnestly speaking, leaving Eli a dynasty. Shake!
Earnestly Podcast. It is once again EJ versus Degenerate, recording this on late Tuesday night on January 20th, 2025. Degenerate here with us. Zachary, what's going on, buddy?
Not much, man.
You are tired.
Hey, man.
Another late night? Another working night?
Yeah, exactly. Get up to go to work. If you're waking up at 5:30, now it's 11 o'clock at night.
Doing 3 jobs. You do your regular job, another job, and this job here doing the podcast at least once a week. You know what I mean? But so, lucky for you, this one should be really short because we're down to 4 teams left now in this NFL playoffs. You know, power rankings, we do the rankings every week too as well. We only need to rank 4 teams at this point now. So we'll do that. We'll do the best for the 2 games. And then I want to talk to you about the Jimmy Butler injury. He's out for the season. Lots of speculation about the direction of the Warriors. I want to talk to you about that because obviously that's a big story right now in the NBA. But let's get to the first situation here with our power rankings. 4 teams to rank here. That's it. Okay, very easy. Number 4. Who's number 4 team?
It's got to be Denver, right? The one team without a quarterback now?
Same. I mean, yeah. Although I have a sneaky suspicion about that game on Sunday. We'll get to the picks in a second. But, yeah, it's easy Denver because of the quarterback situation, yeah. Now, here's a question. If Bo Nix is healthy, are they still number 4?
No.
You swap New England and Denver?
Yes, I would.
Okay. And by the way, Bo Nix played very well on Saturday rather. I played very well in that game.
Yeah, he looked better in that one game than Drake May has looked in either one of the playoff games so far. So
I have to agree with you on that. One. So 4 for me, also Denver for the same reason because of the quarterback. But again, like I said, we'll get to the best one in a second. I have a sneaky suspicion on that game on Sunday with Denver. So all right, number 3, who do you got?
New England.
Same here.
I mean, like I said, Drake May does not look good, and when you have the other quarterbacks, I'm sorry.
And again, that Houston game, that was a taking for the Texans. Still, as bad as C.J. Stroud was in that game, that was for the taking for the Texans. You know, the defense played great. The defense they stepped up. New England has not put together a complete game. Look, it's not their fault. They got the bracket they got. You know, they got the banged up Chargers in the first round. They got the semi-banged up Texans without Nico Collins in the second round. You do what you got to do. But they have not put together a complete game yet against a healthy team. And once again, they're going to get another break against Denver. So they make it to the Super Bowl with this having probably the easiest path by virtue of the circumstances to the Super Bowl, honestly. But, hey, it's funny. If they win it all, no one's going to remember that in 10 to 20 years anyway. So who gives a fuck, right?
Yes, they will.
Maybe you
You
will.
remember how easy the path was for the Boston Celtics just a couple years ago?
Yeah. Are we gonna remember that in 20 years, Zachary?
Yes. Yes.
But maybe we will because we're a little more contextual in that way, and we'll remind you motherfuckers every year that hey, by the way, Celtics fans, that shit was fucking easy 2 years ago. So maybe that's why I'm being on brain so much. So, but yeah, to your point, yeah, the Pats number 3 for me, and they would number 4 for you if Bonus was healthy, right?
Correct.
Okay, let's see if we're on the same track here. 2, what do you got?
The Rams.
Same here. Well, the same rankings then.
Yeah. I mean, this had to be the easiest week for rankings.
Even with 4, it's still easy. Normally,
Yeah.
4, there's still things you can debate, but and there is something. There is still. I have to say, there is still a debate about 1 and 2 still because I don't know if you agree with this one. The better all around team, I think, still the Rams. Who are you taking, Stafford or Darnold on Sunday?
I mean, the better all-around team is Seattle. The better offensive team and the quarterback I trust more is Stafford and the Rams.
But I agree Seattle's defense is better than LA's, but I don't think the gap is as big as people think it is.
Man, last what month of the regular season on these 2 playoff games, the Rams defense has not looked good at all. So
yeah, that's what I said about that. But Rams number 2, I trust Stafford. We'll see if it correlates our picks. All right, number 1, of course, Seattle. I mean, are we surprised they blew out San Francisco? I guess we shouldn't be, right?
I mean, yeah, you shouldn't be surprised, but I was holding out hope. But I mean, it was a very depleted team.
Yeah. And they didn't need Sam Darnold to really do anything. Just show up and not make mistakes. Didn't matter. That injury, by the way, that he supposedly has, that wasn't even. I mean, no one even talked about it after the game started because that game was out of reach pretty much in the first quarter on. Yeah. So I don't know, but I don't know. This is gonna be a great. Seattle Rams is gonna be a fantastic matchup. I can't wait for that. All right, so best bets time. We tied this week actually. I'll tell you what we did here. We only got 1 game this weekend each. The game we split on. You got Denver beat cover against Buffalo, and they did by 12 points. I won on the over on the Texans game. Everything else we fucked up on. You didn't get the under on the San Fran Seattle game. We lost it by a point. We didn't get the over also on the Rams and the Bears. Hold on 1 quick second. My son is crying. Hold on 1 second.
All right.
Sorry about that. Yeah, and then we both had the over on Rams and Bears. That didn't hit either. So we tied this week. So, all right. So this is gonna be a simple week. 2 games. Best bets. First game first. We got Patriots at Broncos. The Pats are 5-point favorites. The over under is 42. Zach, this line opened at I think was it 7.5? We saw it at the bar when we were talking. 7.5.
I think that's what you said you saw. I mean, literally by the time we were home from the bar, it's 5.5.
Now it's 5.
So
I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah,
people are starting. Go ahead.
No, I feel like it's just insane, and I mean, you saw what I did. I jacked the spread up even higher because that's how confident I am
on the Pats.
Yeah.
Did you get the 13?
No, I moved it to 9.5.
Oh, 9.5. Okay. Because you mentioned maybe you do 13.
Oh, I might do that for a fun one.
Oh, this is an extra bonus one in case.
Yeah, something crazy.
I have a sneaky suspicion in this game. I don't know if I have the balls to take the Broncos to win, but I have a sneaky suspicion in this game. My best bet, though, to be safe, I'm going to take a slight over on this one, actually. A slight over. Because if Denver's going to win this game, they got to score some points.
Yeah, and that was the other half of a parlay I did. So I jacked the spread up to 9.5, and I took under on Denver's total points of under 17.5.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm the other way. This has gotta be the game in which Drake May finally shows up and the Pats put it all together in a playoff game. So I just expect this team to steamroll.
All right. Second game here, Rams at Seahawks. The Seahawks are 2.5-point favorites. The over-run is 47. This line opened at 1.5. Seattle on Sunday after I were at the bar after the Rams game went final. It's now moved a whole point since then. I'm a little shocked by that, actually. A little shocked. Maybe people buying in Seattle. Maybe people are really buying into Seattle this time. I mean, maybe to your point, it's the Rams struggling last couple weeks. Maybe that's probably the big thing here, I guess, now. So, best bet for you. Who you got?
I got the Seahawks. Like I said earlier, Rams defense has been struggling at least the last month and a half, so I expect them to struggle again.
Yeah, and you kind of go through the trend here. Now, both these games they played this year came down to the last possession. Came down to the last play, actually. The Rams are really good, though, man. But they have not played well defensively in the last couple weeks. Seattle is... I feel like in the last month, the trend has been this. The Rams got a little bit worse. Not bad. They're not that bad, but they've gotten a little worse than they were before that. And Seattle's has gotten better as it's progressed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you follow the trend, I guess. Seattle's at home on top of that, too, also. It's only 2.5 points. I would have felt more comfortable betting this game off the shoot on Sunday when it was 1.5 points. But they can win at least by a field goal, right? So 2.5 points is nothing, really. So I'm going to take Seattle here as well. I think you go with the trend here. As long as they can keep away from Darnold have to win the game for them to be fine. So I'm going to take Seattle here also. And there's that. There's the two games. All right. Quickly, two things before we get out of here. Actually, a short pod today. Number one, Indiana won a natty last night. Your thoughts? You happy?
Oh, I'm ecstatic that they won. Really happy for the kid. Feel bad that he's gonna have to go to Vegas, man. He wants to be such a clean cut person. Doesn't really track well. But what the fuck, man? Y'all couldn't score more points. Couldn't beat Miami by more. I really needed you to beat Miami by more.
I told you that was gonna be a close game. I told you.
You know, yeah, you know what I had to hear? All these Miami fans. Oh, it was such a close game. You know, we almost had a chance. I didn't want to hear that. I wanted to hear, man, we got our ass whooped. That's all I wanted to hear was how bad that game was.
I know you did. I totally get it, brother. I totally get it. But you know what, man? Sometimes you got to earn it. And they're at home. It wasn't a big home field advantage, but they're still at home. So this is only advantage they had there was most of being local. You got to figure 8.5 points is a lot of points, bro. And that line did come down late, so it should be such a surprise. So yeah, I'm actually happy with the result too. Also, Indiana deserved it. Would you say Chris Cincinnati best coach in football right now?
Yeah, I mean, he's certainly earned the title, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he brought a quarterback that no one heard of 2 years ago. So
yeah, he's this 2-year odyssey has been phenomenal. So congrats to Indiana Hoosiers and Cignetti. But I did I just told Kyle earlier. I did my other podcast Unfiltered, and I titled it Cincinnati. Pretty dope, right? Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Pretty dope. I'm from the dome, son. From the dome. All right, finally, before we get you out of here, one NBA thing I want to talk about here with you. Gene Butler last night, towards ACL, out for the year. Some say Warriors' career is over. Others say NBA career could be over. Certainly altered. And it got me thinking about the future of Jimmy, the future of the Warriors, the future of Steph Curry, and how they should proceed moving forward with this injury. Because Jimmy Butler was the piece that they traded for last year that was supposed to reopen the Steph Curry window to win a title. Now, we all agree that even with Jimmy, that the odds of them winning a title this year was slim to none. Because, as you know, Thunder is much better, Spurs are better, Rockets are better, Nuggets are better, the Timberwolves are better, and I would even say the Lakers are better at this point still. Having said that, though, the priority here is to extend Curry's prime He's still in his prime. He's still a top 10 player in the league, still, even today. But you lose Jimmy Butler. What are your options? Now, I recorded on the podcast today about this, giving my 4 options. If you're the Warriors, you have viable options here, but what option would you attack here to satisfy Curry in this next year or two? What would you do?
Well, if I'm thinking about it as a Warriors GM who wants to salvage the last couple of years of Curry's fading prime, I want to try and find an idiotic team who's willing to take Jimmy Butler's $60 million contract. And I want to package my first round draft picks and send them away for like Giannis. Because I'm pretty sure Milwaukee understands those draft picks are going to be gold in about 3 years.
So I said the same thing too on the Unfiltered Pod. Because now, does Milwaukee value expiring deals? Because Jimmy would be an expiring deal. So there's a reason to make that move. Now you want to throw a sweetener also in there as well. Maybe throwing Kuminga in there. I don't know, because Kuminga now's going to start playing now. I have my 4 options. I mentioned on the show. Option 1, you can sign LeBron James for cheaper. Don't trade for him now, because why would you give assets? You need all the assets you can get. So wait until the offseason, sign LeBron James for cheap. Why have the contract? And look, you're not going to beat OKC anyway, but it's something to help Curry. It's something. Option 2, I said was what we just said here about Giannis, Milwaukee, making that happen. Option 3 was pray to God that Kuminga works out, takes a leap. Hey, work this out, Kuminga, make it work out. Maybe this core can have a one last run. Who knows? And option 4 was you trade Steph.
So
assuming he wants to get traded, of course.
I would not expect Milwaukee to be willing to trade Giannis, but what I might think about doing is I might make a phone call to Philly and be like, hey, you want to get out of that massive contract that you gave Joel Embiid? Here's an expiring contract and 1 first rounder. And we'll take Joel back. And at least now you have size. You have a rebounder who, even if he plays 55 to 60 games during the regular season, it'd be huge for the playoffs.
Yeah.
But to me, the reality is all over the wall. And it's, Steph, you had a great career. I'm sorry it's going to end this way, where we're going to be a bottom feeder in the league, but that's what we are. We made the mistake of trading for Jimmy Butler last year when we never should have done it, and we never should have given Jimmy Butler the contract that we gave him. But we did. We knew he wasn't going to help us win a championship. All he could possibly do is maybe help us get a 6 seed instead of a play-in tournament. That's all it was going to do for you. But now, unless you ask to be traded, you're on a retirement tour till you retire. And that's it.
And look, he may want to stay there regardless of what it is. But if Curry's priority is to win a ring, ain't there, buddy. Unless you can somehow get Giannis over there, a big whale there to help out. And even then, I'm not even sure you still be OKC with that. But it's something. You can use the LeBron thing also too. He's old as shit, but it's still something. But at this point, the odds of you winning a title now in Golden State is slim to none. It was already that with Jimmy as is anyway. It's even worse now. So if you want to prioritize winning and winning a title for yourself, it can't be in Golden State at this point. The dynasty is now dead. The window of doing that is now dead. So
absolutely,
I agree with that. Zach, good job as always. Like I said, I promise you short 20 minutes, and we just got there. Anyway, good job as always, and we will talk to you soon, and see maybe next week or week after that for a Super Bowl week or whatever it may be. So good job, man.
All right, man. Have a good night. Good luck.
You too, man. Take care.